Hi, this is Joe with the iPod Repair Clinic. I want to talk about one of the most common requests for repair. Unfortunately, it's not something that can be repaired very easily. We're talking about water damage. Now, water damage can be anything from seawater at the beach, it can be body sweat, it could be a water bottle that opened up in your gym bag. I mean, I've seen everything. The problem is water and electronics don't mix. And you've got a lot of very delicate electronics in your iPod. And as soon as the water invades the crevices of an iPod, like the click wheel or the headphone jack or the charge port, water gets in any of those orifices, it will start deteriorating the electronics and it may become unusable, unserviceable. But in some cases where we are able to clean the boards, if we get to them quickly, I know a lot of people try that rice trick. It doesn't work. Water gets in there, you got to really get in there quickly and dry it up or use some sort of solution to clean the boards. But I want to show you what an iPod looks like once the water invades the circuitry. This is an iPod 5th generation video iPod, 80 gigs. Very, very common, excellent iPod, great sound quality. Unfortunately, this one has suffered water damage or other damage from some other liquid. But I want to show you what happens to an iPod once liquid gets into it. I'm going to turn it around this way. I've already opened it up and you can see that the water already has created corrosion all around the outer frame. It's also invaded the hard drive. It discolored the foam. Basically, you can see what it does to the board, and you can see what it did to the back of the iPod casing. And when I see stuff like this, I know it's going to be a very, very difficult repair, if at all. Sometimes I just tell the client, it's probably not worthwhile. It's not worth trying to fix it. The nice thing is the iPod hard drives are pretty sealed up. So what you would have to do is you would have to take that and transfer it to another working iPod. Now you can see how bad the water is here. The water got in there and corroded everything, messed up the foam, messed up the circuitry probably, messed up the LCD. LCDs have become very, very expensive in recent days. I'm paying triple for LCDs where I once was, just a few dollars. It's getting crazy expensive. Let me show you what it looks like under the board. Once the water gets in, check this out. Basically, the water just invades all the circuitry, distorts all the circuits, and you can see what it looks like. And like I said, this particular iPod is so far gone, I would just tell the customer, it's really not worth it. I know you love your iPod very much, but it's really not worth it. And I'm an honest guy. I don't want to take people's money, and I turned away a lot of business when I see that it's not going to be worthwhile. Even if you get it to work, you're going to have little quirky problems, and you're always going to be upset. You're going to say, hey, why did he charge me for the repair and what have you? But it's not something that I want to do anymore because I've seen enough of these things to know that it's really not worthwhile. So if you've got something like this and it's basically that far gone, I would say you got a beautiful paperweight over here. So I would just use this as a paperweight or some other prop. In the movies, we did a lot of props for movies, but it's a great looking device. but it's never going to be working right again. So, but I appreciate, your thoughts and requests for knowing what to do when you have water damage. But as you can see, it's really not worth it. All right, I'll see you on the next repair video, and we'll come up with something good for you next time as well.